Hi, I'm James Taylor, and I would you like have the welcome to host this announcement on this last year. So I have is going to be to start out with I was going to be hit my brand new very first indie documentary film project, and I was just going to be excited that have the personal life has which involved to be the imaginate has autism, his grandson. Well, as a wonder hat is going to be names of the titles is the behind footage of a James video diary. James' family has began the filming to the grandson as a child and grew up a teenage. So I have to had to be as a god of his mind that the experiment to be has traveled to exploring to be this overstaying about the Thailand as up to 14 to 15 years, and he's got to be has attempting the these are have to the product be has a DDV setting on the instead the filmmakers. So honestly to be have the small amount of the crew as I had solo film direction writer, editing, and producer, which is there had got a direct to the videos of indie documentary film of a project the behind footage of Jane Video Diary. His name's longer has a call it the behind footage of Jane Video Diary is the very first, which was me has a very first of indie independent documentary film, which is there has James' family to posting it to social media to others task with a Thai autism group associating to our views, which is has provided this takes to be the personal life of the grandson. The central characters as first character was me, grandson, James Taylor. This archived the footage and had this direct to be as a provide to be have to use these filming with James families and with some sort of pretty pictures and have. And the film featured is also has no talks interview. Is only have text under says document on the third where have the scene. As promotionally has the personal these are have evolving about the grandsons and this family, and is directly just going to have the teaching and learning to the family with a grandson. And obviously as it has provided has the James families of filming this every days and weekends and then months, and as a promotion it is a promotion to imagine it has dreams has a mind to have the true of a filming this about this audition here, and the Thai people are views that it be that it should be the grandsons are doing in the social media. And I was going to be had I'm going to be the production design and film the biography and the history of her personally as personal life, and it's involved to be child and teenager's grandson called James Taylor. This was has actuals have an English and Thai, and this means child just looking onto the front of computer systems and then goes on the internet to YouTube videos clips. And this was premise has Jane family began to film it to this grandson, and directly it goes to directly views that's posting on the social media as somebody else on the sharing to the personality of this family. And this would experiment to be does every video does every year does per that's days, weekends, and the months. Seems to be does it came that gonna have the pretty the first ones has the very first times had the very first works to indie documentary film, and I guess it has got to be. I'm getting his provide to be starting out to be the promotion of first indie documentary film, as and do we only have to the best has a view, has a take to theater, and selling have to physically copies about the 1,000 DDV scanning its ears has a personality for primary laptops computer system, and hopefully this gotta have the people want to be view of the documentary films of it, the behind footage of Jane video diary, as a obviously as an emotional system motion pictures and the film is direct of the view, and as a rendering that is this was a part on the documentary film. So long as it had the titles the behind footage of a Jane video diary, as an info to be every years and every videos just have to grow up as something like that. And so it might be as a internationally are those processing to be that to entertain to autism of the children, and children have autism and the teenagers have an autism, so it's personal life is with autism, and as it takes to be sending it into the direct videos that somebody has review, and gotta as opportunities as consume with the autism of direct videos on the social media as talks into it as topic, and as always as right on there, and somebody else there. Anyway, so as with me, and I gonna have to start off with the very first titles of James what's I call it? The behind footage of Jane video diary is gonna be very first of indie documentary film. As do we have the all the best view at audition and reacted to the theater about based on my life, personal life as a grandson of James Taylor, and do we have this gonna be is that attempts to be making any as independent filmmakers as the promotionals are our famous journalist has as indie documentary film. So this is truly my life has been imagined the experiment way as all kinds of worldwide as Asian as a stay along to this Thailand as the best we can as ever to do, and do we also got a best documentary film. So I'm getting to prepare to my first works as a made to documentary film called The Behind Footage of Jane Video Diary, and it's starting into fall 2018, and the next year to provides early 2019, and it's going to be release date to Q3 2019 has a release date, and I have the release date as it's going to be just few more than weekends and months as fast as long as possible. So as always, it's got to be have the first made of indie documentary film called the behind footage of Jane video diary, based on the personal life about me, with improvise our families, our residently as a come as a big truth that experiment imaginate with autism onto the main character by myself. Until next time, have a great experiment for all of us at view to this new experiment.